Hello everybody. Good day, good morning, good evening. You have landed on Knit LA, and my name is Andrea, and I love to talk with this beautiful community that we have cultivated over the last year and a half. On here, on YouTube, I love this platform. I'm, seriously disenchanted with some like Instagram and all that stuff. So I feel like YouTube is a wonderful place to be, to connect. Anyway, I hope you all are well. It's been about a month since I've been on here. I am podcasting with my dogs are here, and so it might be a little choppy, but I'll do the best that I can. Anyway, like I said, it's fantastic to be here. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are taking comfort and respite and joy in your making. I definitely have been seeking joy in my knitting. And some of the projects that I'm going to show you that I've worked on in January are definitely, you'll see how I just needed these quick bursts of beautiful, fun accessory knitting. You'll see. So why don't I even start with that? Because for some reason I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. Anyway, so I guess what I want to share first was a great achievement of mine, which is to knit a pair of socks in a single month. These socks, they're so gorgeous. These socks are from the Wonderful Sock Project book by Summer Lee. It's a 2x2 rib sock. I think it's a pretty basic pattern she has. It's a lovely cuff and a little toe. And I used, most importantly, I used the first month of January's Farmer's Daughter Fiber Sock Squad. And the yarn is so exquisite. And I just wanted a pattern that was just gonna really pay respect to the colors. And I think it did. So I usually do a size medium. I use a US 1. I think what I might do next time, because I've already cast on another pair, but I noticed that my cuff is a little loose. So I think it would be great, and I know other people have done this, but I have never done this, is to just go down a needle size, maybe to a 0, to get that cuff nice and snug. But other than that, the yarn is incredible. I love the name of the yarn and the whole concept behind this year's sock squad. So I did show this last time, but for those of you that are new, the Farmer's Daughter Fiber company has what is a fantastic sock squad. And this year's sock squad came with this gorgeous journal with beautiful artwork from Land and She, and all of the pages have an inspiration piece. So this was the inspiration for January. I think that was pretty beautifully achieved. And what I also love about this is that there are places, there's a lot that you can write in here. So for example, I just wrote in my yarn. I wrote in what I thought about it when I cast it on, when I started my second sock, the needles, etc. And I'm finding that this year I'm really, I want to try and be a little more organized about my knitting projects, which does mean recording more details making sure that I'm updating my Ravelry, because really that is like the historical document of everything. Yeah, so these are the socks. I love the club. It's so much fun to get a gorgeous new skein of yarn in the mail. It's so fun. So that was January. February is this gorgeous Luna moth. And the colors were inspired by this drawing, this illustration. And you know, I didn't even notice, but I've got it in my sock bag, which has some funny bugs on it. I saw these bags on someone's podcast. They are made by, someone asked me this once, and they're made by Elizabeth Scarlett. She works out of London, and I know that her bags, she donates a percentage to some animal rescue organizations. I think this is like one of my favorite bags ever. I haven't gotten any others. I have bought some for gifts. But back to the Luna moth. So let me show you the photo again. These, this was the Farmer's Daughter fiber interpretation of the Luna moth. It's like this incredibly rich, gorgeous, tonal, definitely tonal, green, and a beautiful pale peachy color to go with it. So I really wanted to do these colors, and they look really good back here. I never really know what my camera is doing, how it's really capturing these colors. I don't know. I just don't know. To me, they're very saturated. I love the way that the greens kind of go in and out. It's very camo, and I love it. I love it so much. So I did 2 at a time socks. I chose another pattern from the sock project book. I believe it's called The French Connection. So it's these very cute little striped socks. Also on a US 1 magic loop. And something's clicking. I've done them before, and I've done them toe up, and it was so like fiddly in the beginning that it was really like aggro. But I don't know, I'm doing cuff, top down cuff. I also tried a new heel, which they look so funny. Boop. I tried a new heel out, which is the shadow wrap heel. And Earth Tones Girl on YouTube has this amazing tutorial where she is literally knitting it with you. And that was really great. And then you knit it once, and it's like, oh my God, I'm never gonna forget how to do this. Also, it maybe takes half the time of a heel flap and gusset, which is sort of my go-to. I haven't tried these on, so I don't know about the fit yet, but I will certainly report on that. But I am excited to have such a simple heel. I mean, it's just amazing. Anyway, I'm very happy. I know I'm gonna finish it in the next week. What's the date? The 20th? 21st? Yeah, I should finish it by the 28th. So I'm sticking with my goal of knitting the club yarn into socks, because that's how I'm really telling myself that it only makes sense if I'm actually knitting socks with it, because I have lots and lots of, you know, individual skeins. So those are the French Connection socks, also part of the sock project book by Summer Lee. And that book is just so awesome. There are so many incredible patterns, like almost every single pattern is awesome. So I'm really glad to have that as an accompaniment to the socks. the knitting of the socks. So I'm super excited for March. I'll show you the drawing, the illustration for March. And it's called Inky Snake. Ooh. So I'm very excited about that. That's coming. Anyway, okay. So the other thing that I knit in literally like, I don't know, 5 hours, well, is this Cold Heart hat by Caitlin Hunter. This is such a cool hat. It's a big hat. And I really, I'm really dedicating, I want to knit from my stash. I have a beautiful collection of yarn and I want to use it. And because some of them are one-offs or two-offs, that accessories are the perfect way to utilize the yarn. I've also come to understand about myself currently that color work is a great opportunity to also play with texture. So I used the main color is Take a Hike from Sonder Yarn Co, the DK, and that's this beautiful olivey green. And it's it's what's left over from my Lume pullover. And I paired it with the Lamb Kid's Big Birdie. I believe this is called Slug. Yeah, I think it's called Slug. And it's just a rad color. And so this has come out like a quilted hat. And I love it, and it is so incredibly warm. I also added a few little boops of some Sonder Yarn Co. just at the top, like these little rosettes. I thought it would be fun to add a little color, so I did. And I cannot recommend this pattern anymore. It's such a fun design. And I wasn't drawn to it like the other Colorworks hats. I wasn't really drawn to it, but now for whatever reason, I sure am. And I think next time I did the large hat. She gives 2 sizes and I did the large, and I would definitely not do the large again. And I noticed this with the previous hat of hers that I knit, the Alpine Bloom hat. They're very tall. And yeah, I like tall. I like some height for sure, but I don't know. They're really tall. But this fabric is insane, and I will never forget this pairing because I think it's just completely luscious, and I want everyone to experience it. The next thing I cast on with a fervor was this Woven Roots hat. I can't remember if I showed this already, but I'm not sure if I was done with it. But this is, as soon as I received I have another subscription from Bare Naked Wools, and as soon as I got my January, that is every 2 months you get a curated, amazing skein of yarn. This was Old Norwegian. It is a stunning sport DK-ish weight. I paired it with some mohair just for that extra like halo-y. And this is did I say? Yes, Woven Roots hat by Jared Flood of Brooklyn Tweed. This is probably the best fitting hat I have ever worn. It looks, let me see if I should put it on. I don't know, it's gonna mess up my hair. You have to take my word for it. My hair's a little wet still, I don't know. Anyway, no one likes me fussing with my hair, I've been told. Such a beautiful pattern. it's chill, it's relaxing, and let me tell you, the fit is insane. So this is my second hat. I made one as a holiday gift, and it's just a beautiful hat, just a beautiful, beautiful hat. And the wool is incredible, and I cannot wait to receive the next Barn Box subscription, which will come in March. Okay, like I said, all the hats are coming out. And the cables. So I mentioned in my last video that I was taking a cable class from Toke's Knits. She's here on YouTube. I'll give you guys a link again. But I found that class very helpful, just in terms of actually watching someone that kind of made sense in my own brain as far as cabling without a cable needle. Now, I am not cabling without a cable needle. At least not yet. I would love to. I think it makes for a very efficient knit, but I guess that's not really, that hasn't been the main goal of any of these cable knits, and I just felt better about using a cable needle. So this beautiful hat is the Vivienne beanie. I mean, it's hardly a beanie. I knit this in the soft, it's so soft, and it's La Bienne Alix, which is a lace weight, held double, and the baby Kumo, which I believe is a Sari, in the same color of Heliodore. And did it make the prettiest cables? Yes, it did. I hope you can see that. This was really joyful to knit as well. It's these things, like, they're taking like a couple days, and I can bring them around with me wherever I go. So, and then it produces this beautiful, soft, very wearable hat. Now, I will say I probably need to fold it double. So, or have a bigger brim than the one that I knit. And unfortunately, when I blocked it, I wanted to block it with the brim to get a really nice crisp edge, but it's not big enough. The hat's quite large, as you can see, very tall. It's very tall on Sari Nordlund when in the pattern photographs. But because this wool isn't quite as structured, it's a little floppy, but man, oh man, is it soft. It's so soft. I love it. So this felt really good to use. I bought this at Flock. Honestly, I might be repeating myself. I'm in that phase of life, okay? So forgive me, but purchased at Flock of 2024. I saw something beautiful being worked up in this yarn, and I just was like, ooh, I want to try that. And the Alix is just so soft. I have to look back on the qualities of that yarn. I know it's a lace. I know it's a merino. It's just beautiful, so beautiful to work with. And I think perfect for a hat, because you can have it on your skin, around your head, and it feels amazing. Vivienne beanie, also bringing me all the joys. So those were my sort of quick quickies, shall I say. I loved making all of them. I'm really into hats. Like, hats are great. Hats are fantastic. So that was super fun. And I also worked on some other projects that I shared last time that I want to share again, because I've made some progress. And The first one I'm going to share, I am just obsessed with, and it is the Koivua sweater by Caitlin Hunter. Doing a lot of Caitlin Hunter patterns, I've noticed all of a sudden. Anyway, this is so stunning. This is an all over colorwork sweater. I am knitting mine in gorgeous Nutiden. Apparently, I thought this was a white, but it's apparently a very, very pale green. I am pairing it with a strand of white alpaca from Rowan. So I think that definitely makes it appear more white. This was the first time I've used Nutiden single or paired it with another yarn. And that was really because I was so in love with this color. And the color name is Gunst, I believe. I was so in love with this color that I just wanted to stretch it as long as possible. The other color I believe is Morker. And it's a nature black. And I am really close to being done. So I don't think I'm gonna do the entire colorwork bottom because I think it's another like 4 inches. But I don't know, maybe I'll see. Anyway, this is basically like gonna be wearing a blanket and I love it. So yes, I have 2 sleeves now, which I'm very happy about. Isn't this gorgeous? Oh my God. Okay, that is the Koivua. The next one that I did share in my last video, but I've gotten the body finished, which is exciting, is the Selene sweater by Anna Ventzel. And this is a sweater that I started, I mean, maybe 2 years ago. I have to look in my notes, but I think it was the fall of 2023. And I was really into it. And then I was kind of bored, and then I'm really into it again. So these are all different mini skeins that I had from various, I don't know what. I was very inspired to blend yarns and make colors, and this is really a great pattern for having fun like that. And the body is knit in incredible wool, also from Bare Naked Wools. So it is a Better Breakfast fingering, and it is an alpaca merino mix. And I paired that, it's a fingering weight, and I paired that with Ching Fibers Veronita, which is like seriously luxurious yarn. They had it on sale, so at that time I know I bought some during a sale, and it's a perfect pairing because it's very soft, but it still does have some structure. So as you can see, I'm finishing. There isn't a lot of ribbing at the bottom, so there is twisted rib and then a tubular bind off. So I've got to do the bind off. It's so boring. But you know what? I'll just like find a movie or something. I'll get the urge and then I'll do it. And I have 1 sleeve to do on here. So that's the Selene progress. And I'm really trying to put my hands on everything. I don't want to overwhelm myself in this moment by feeling like you must finish this sweater. You must, I'm not. I'm just going to take it every week. I'm going to dedicate time to all these projects. And it's fine. It's good. They're going to get finished eventually. Okay, so this is another piece that I made some progress on. This is a self-drafted pattern that was inspired by a beautiful photograph that I found, I think on Pinterest. By the way, cheers. Coffee. And I've saved it because I was so drawn to the colors, the shaping, the interesting concept of like all these different weights of fiber or yarn in one sweater. So this is how it's going. This is the sweater. It's kind of hard to show. Let me hold it up this way. So it's got a really beautiful long turtleneck that really is meant to be worn. It's like a straight neck with a little like gathers a little bit. The yoke is a combination of yarns that I had. These are Jamieson and Smith that were intended for a hat. There's some Sonder yarn, this gorgeous like lavender lilac color. There's some what's that called? Explore knits in there. This turtleneck I talked about last time, but this yarn is insane. Bleep insane. It is from Pearl Soho. I'm blanking on the name of it, but it's 100% cashmere. It's a DK weight, and oh my God, it is so special. I made it double here because I just wanted the structure. It's not super structured. Anyway, the body is a combination of, and the sleeve, a combination of Knit Picks palette and some beautiful alpaca in this like chocolatey brown. And I mentioned last time I had to order more of the Knit Picks, and it came, and I'm just blown away by that yarn. It is beautiful. I don't understand how it can be so inexpensive. Does anybody know? Is it just because Knit Picks is so big and they can buy it, all that wool for less money? I don't know what it is, but I'm grateful because I can make a sweater for literally like $40. Amazing. I'm also using this really thin 100% wool from Isair called Tweed, and I'm not sure if it's showing. I bought that yarn for something else, and when I started knitting with it, I really did not like how it felt. It's super like, it kind of feels like kitchen string or something, but it was kind of the perfect thing because I needed like a mesh type fabric there. So I stuck it on there and the color was right. And I'm really excited to block it because I feel like a lot of people love this yarn, and I have a feeling that once it's blocked, something really cool is gonna happen. So I will keep you apprised of that, but I'm really excited. This is so beautiful. So I need to do a hem, and the second sleeve, I did do decreases on the sleeve. I sort of wanted a straight sleeve. Like I said, I am really recording stuff. Like I have never, ever put progress keepers on a sleeve before. I'm very proud of myself. And it's gonna make that second sleeve so much easier because I don't have to like measure and go crazy. So that is the self-drafted, just for fun project. And I really encourage anybody who's been knitting for a period of time to just like have a playful project, because it's another way of like experiencing your skill and really pushing yourself and looking at color, and I don't know, it's just a very cool exercise. Anyway, this bag is so gorgeous too. See this bag? My dog is barking. Anyway, this bag is from Yarn and Whiskey. They were vending at one of the festivals, I think India Untangled, which I did not go to, but I really want to go to next year. And I was watching, do you guys watch? I don't remember the name of the podcast. It's something about twins knitting, but not, they're French twins. They're twin, obviously sisters, Julia and Emily, and they're just, I just think they're adorable. I love their show. It's very cute. Anyway, she mentioned this bag, and when I saw it, and look at the interior fabric. I mean, yeah. So basically I was like, ooh, that is a stunning bag. This is a perfect sweater quantity bag, and it cinches very nicely, and it has a perfect handle. So there you go. I want to shout out the maker because I really thought it was gorgeous. Also, every single thing that I talk about here, I will link in the description box below, including Yarn and Whiskey, any patterns that I'm sharing. I would love to share with you. So I'm knitting, right? I'm knitting the joy. I'm knitting all the joy. I'm knitting the hats and the socks, working on sweaters piece by piece. But you know what? There was something major missing. And those of you who've been around for a while know that I am always working on a shawl. And I have not worked on a shawl in a few months. And I saw this, I mean, it is such a stunning shawl by Stephen West called the Awesomer Gossamer. And I just totally fell for it. It is very sort of rhythmic, melodic. It has like very fun stitches. You sort of do these like bubble stitches in small. Now I'm on the medium section. So this was also like an incredible opportunity to dig into my stash. I just have to like, can you all see how, anyway, so it was very fun. I went into my stash and I just sort of laid out some yarn, took some photos, did the black and white trick. I don't think it totally worked for the colors that I've chosen. There are some that are very like much in the same tone range, but what's so great is that you're mixing colors constantly throughout. So you're never knitting with just one color. So like these two colors are always together. These are A and B. This is a very old skein of silk mohair from Meeps. I believe she's Norwegian. This is a gorgeous skein from what? Sonder Yarn Co. Kiss and Tell. Is that right? Maybe. So these two are always being used together. Then you move on to your next, you drop one. So you drop one, no, you drop one, you drop A, and then you pair B and C together. So you're kind of, it's like a fade, you know? It's like how he loves to do his fades. You're always kind of pairing the yarn that you used previously with the new yarn, and so on. So these two get to go together, and then this one falls away, and this peppermint, Chelsea yarn. Oh, this is old. Chelsea yarn. And then this one gets paired with another gorgeous Sonder Yarn Co. This is Staycation, which I'm gonna hopefully use very soon. So stunning. Then this guy goes away, and then with Staycation comes in this beautiful skein. And these are similar. I know they are a little bit similar, but this skein has a lot of interesting things going on, and I hope you can see it. There's a lot of different colors going on in here, and this is a skein that I bought, I think, at Woolen Folk 2023, and it's a Sari alpaca, I believe, and it's a beautiful colorway. I don't know if it was just special for the trip, but oh no, I don't think so. I think it's part of a collection. So this is called, I don't know how to pronounce it, Retiro Park, and it's baby Sari and silk lace. And it is very fluffy and is a great pairing. Then I say goodbye to this, and I think this is what I'm currently knitting with, this pair. Another Sonder yarn. Actually, I take that back. This is Les Garçons, Jonathan's Soft Day. There's soft silk mohair, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then this, wait, is that right? Anyway, I think this plays with this. And this is an old mohair. This is from Naughty Pine Fiber Co. from like 2022. I don't know, this is old. And I really didn't like it when I got it, but now I love it, and I incorporate it into lots of things. It's just absolutely stunning. So this is gonna come in soon, and this is gonna go away, and then I'm using another mohair from Sonder Yarn Co. called Crossword, and it's a beautiful black. So that is my story on this shawl, and I am absolutely having, first of all, putting colors together is my jam. Like, I love doing that so much. And again, another just feel good project, because I'm working with things that I have in my collection, and I'm creating something really gorgeous. And this is so incredibly soft. And again, it's got this wonderful bubble texture stitch that creates, again, like this very quilty, soft fabric. I really recommend this shawl. It is a no-brainer. You can do this while you're watching stuff. I think it was sort of the perfect shawl to come into my life right now. Let's see. Oh, and then lastly, as a reward for completing the second sleeve of the Koivua, I cast something on that I have been really wanting to cast on since it was released and since it was teased, which is the Great Lakes pullover by Ozetta. So I did a little swatch. This is basically as swatchy as I get. It's not that big, but this was, I swatched with a needle down from the recommended, because I am usually a looser knitter. But I must have a gauge that is much more similar to Haley of Ozetta, because I am gonna be going up to a 9, which is what the pattern calls for. The fabric that this makes, oh my God. So when I when all that chaos was happening with the tariffs and the this and the that, the baloney show, as I call it, Melissa of Sonder Yarn Co. had a very generous sale to try and get some sales going before the tariff would impact her business. And I believe it was like a 20% off sale. So, of course, I want to support Melissa because I'm in love with her yarn. So I went on and I bought some Haven, which is the lace weight yarn in hot cocoa. This is really incredible yarn. I had previously bought something in this yarn. I think it's called Extra Virgin. Wait, I think that might have been Staycation. Anyway, whatever. A gorgeous green. I'm really in love with how this feels. And this is a lace weight, and each skein comes with 711 yards, 650 meters. And I kind of figured that this could act like, you know, like one skein of fingering or sport, two skein, you know, I'm gonna hold them double. And I also bought, to go with it, this extremely gorgeous mohair called, well, it's their silk mohair, and this is the color Hot Cocoa. So the two of these together make this extremely beautiful fabric. It's very soft, very soft. And the Great Lakes pullover is just like a really simple saddle shoulder sweater. I've already started it. The first thing you do is you construct, well, I don't know if I should give this away. Well, basically this is one of the shoulders. And this piece is how it starts. And then there's all kinds of cool stuff that happens. So I am holding 4 strands together. I am holding 2 strands of the Haven and 2 strands of the mohair. And I really, really hope I don't run out. I don't think I will. I think for my size, it looked like I was gonna be able to like eke it out, but we'll see. I'm doing this small. It's a very oversized piece. I think by like 14 or 16 inches oversized. So I don't know. I didn't swatch for my Koivua and I really regret it. And I know that my gauge is crazy off and it is producing a ginormous sweater. So I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm willing to swatch, you know, I'm willing to swatch, especially because the gauge swatch is based on flat knitting instead of in the round. And I'm always like concerned about wasting yarn in the round swatching. So this is my story. Can I just show you all this again? It is a stunning pairing. And maybe, well, I did hold it up close. This is like next to skin, next to skin, next to skin. So scrumptious. Oh my God, wait, and this bag, this is Tanny Casey. This is a bag that I bought online, actually. When did I get this? I'm not sure. It was definitely after Rhinebeck because I saw her bags and was gifted a bag of hers from my mom at the Cake Palooza event. And I think I went on to find like, you know, a small bag, and I just fell in love with this one. And these are just so beautifully made, and I love the fabric. It's just a great, simple, I mean, it could be a makeup bag, but this is what's carrying around my shoulders for the Great Lakes pullover. So what else? That's my knitting story, I believe. I'm gearing up to cast on with 2 other amazing women, the Obsidian sweater, and that's going to be a spring cast on. So I have that sweater planned out. I really want to knit with cables, like a cabled sweater this year. I think basically those are sort of my, if people are talking a lot about their plans, well, I don't really do that. So, but I do have 2 plans, and I haven't quite landed on the cabled sweater yet, although I did buy the Dagmar sweater by Petite Knit. I think that's pretty incredible. I love the shaping of it. So how are you guys? I love hearing from you so much, and I love reading your comments. This space is precious to me. It is so precious. And I don't want to lose touch. You're all, you know, my knitting group, basically. And that's how I feel. I feel like I'm just sharing with people that really understand what I'm talking about. And it's just a special community for sure. So please comment below or like this video. I would love to keep reaching people, and I think that really helps when people are liking and subscribing. So I would greatly appreciate that. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, I hope that you'll reach out. I'm also on Instagram, and I'll leave all my stuff down at the bottom of this video. But I truly hope that everyone is doing well, taking very good care of themselves, and I send you all my love.